There's this unfortunate bright spot on my forehead, but it's gonna have to stay because this is a casual video, and so we're not going to worry about any of the things. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Karen RunwrightReads, and we're gonna be showing a few books that have come my way recently. Some of these are books that came from publishers, and a few of them are books that I just checked out from the library a few days ago. But I also want to spotlight my shirt because I love this shirt. No, it's not like a video ready, like it's not high fashion or anything, but it's summer and this is what I wear around the house during the summer. And so I'm inviting you into my space to chat books. You don't care about my clothes, but I do want to show you that my shirt is to celebrate Sonia Kowaleski, who was a mathematical genius. There was a Sonia Kowaleski math day at a college a few years ago, and I went as an invited guest because of my engineering background. That was a whole different life ago, but still have the shirt, wear it sometimes, and just I'm kind of a nerd. I love the fact that there are math equations on this shirt, and it's equations being done by a woman. Hello, so I'm here for that. So here's some books that have come my way recently. These are books that came from the publishers. I was very excited about this one because Nina George is the author of The Little Paris Bookshop, which was the first book that my husband bought for me when we were courting our first Valentine's Day. He gave me a combination, like a gift bag with a combination of gifts, and one of the gifts was The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. And so there's a soft spot in my heart for that author and that book. And so when I heard that she had a new book coming out, I requested it from the publisher, and this is The Little Village of Book Lovers, and I'm not sure if it is a sequel. Let's see. So The Little Paris Bookshop was about a literary apothecary, Jean Perdue, who was inspired to create a floating bookstore after reading a pseudonymous novel about a young woman with a remarkable gift. So The Little Village of Book Lovers is that novel. So it carries on from that story. So very excited to read this, haven't read it yet. And so I don't know, is this maybe going to be the romance slash anti-romance for the RunwrightReads Summer Reading Challenge? Maybe. We would love to get to this soon, so let's put that on the list, a pile of possibilities. And so speaking of possibilities, I got to The Possibilities, a novel by Yael Goldstein Love. What if the life you didn't live was as real as the one you did? I'm very intrigued by this concept of like sliding doors, this idea that there are these multiplicity of experiences that you could have based on the decisions that you make now. And so I think that's what this book is about. A new mother ventures into parallel worlds to find her missing child in this mind-bending novel that turns the joys and anxieties of parenthood into an epic quest. I feel like this is going to check all of my boxes. Books about parents and the screams of parenthood, but also that whole parallel universe idea. So looking forward to reading The Possibilities by Yael Goldstein Love. And did I mention these are gifts from Penguin Random House? Let's keep those gifts coming. Then I have Just Promise, a novel by Rachel Eliza Griffiths. And I mentioned this, I think, in my most recent Summer Reading Challenge update video. And so this is the author. Rachel Eliza Griffiths is a black woman. So it's, this naked hardback is gorgeous. It's green. I love it. I love it. I love it. I may just take this this dust jacket off. So this is about two black sisters growing up in small town New England, fight to protect their home, their bodies, and their dreams as the civil rights movement sweeps the nation in this searing debut novel. So this is historical, 1960s, I'm assuming. The Kindred sisters, Ezra and Cynthia, have grown up with an abundance of love from their parents who let them believe that the stories they tell on stars can come true. Love from their neighbors, the Junkets, the only other black family in town, whose home is filled with spice-rubbed ribs and ground-shaking hugs. And love for their adopted hometown of Salt Point, a beautiful Maine village perched high up on coastal bluffs. So this book is set in Maine, one of the states that I have not yet visited, but I'm so looking forward to, just for many reasons. Number one, because Heidi lives there. Hi, Heidi. I also have extended family who live in Maine, and they've been just inviting us like all the time. Come up to Maine, come see what it's about. And so yeah, one of these days I hope to visit Maine, and so reading about Maine is going to be the precursor to those experiences. So looking forward to that. Another gift from Penguin Random House. As is this one, When Crack Was King, A People's History of a Misunderstood Era by Donovan X. Ramsey, another Black author. I'm very excited about, and I feel like I know this guy. Maybe I've just seen him on TV, but we'll see. We'll see. When Crack Was King is a kaleidoscopic account of the crack cocaine era and a community's ultimate resilience, told through a cast of characters whose lives illuminate the dramatic rise and fall of the epidemic. So this is set in the 1980s and 1990s. It is nonfiction. I'm thinking narrative nonfiction, kind of, is it? Maybe just nonfiction. And this one is blurbed by Ibram X. Kendi, who is the author of How to Be an Anti-Racist. Really like that book. So I want to read this. I saw Columbus from Giovanni Coltrane. Is that his Instagram tag? I saw him haul a copy of this as well. So I don't know. Maybe a buddy read. Columbus, if you're watching this, let me know if you want to buddy read this book with me. I think this is the kind of book that you get more out of when you read it with someone, so you can discuss all the things that you're reading about, because yeah. So those are books that came my way from Penguin Random House. Thank you so much to the publishers for sending me these books. Always exciting to receive free books, but also books that I'm really looking forward to reading. So those are books that I got from the publishers. So these are books that came from the library. First is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is LGBT teen graphic novel. This is a graphic novel about a relationship developing between two boys. I was just in the library browsing books for the graphic content. And so I saw this one. This is Miss Davis, graphic biography. This says on the back, in 1971, the FBI put Angela Davis on their 10 most wanted list because they alleged that she orchestrated a politically motivated Marin County courtroom gunfight. She went to prison despite her protestations of innocence. Soon the entire world would know her story and demand her freedom. In 1972, she was found not guilty by an all-white jury. Miss Davis is the story of her dedication to the fight for justice. So if you don't know who Angela Davis is, like I don't know all the details of her story, I have seen little snippets here and there, but I can't say that if you asked me, I would know exactly who to say Angela Davis is. So I feel like this book is probably for me, and maybe it's for you too, so I will report back on how I find this book. This cover is really striking, so that one really jumped out at me. For the RunwrightReads Summer Reading Challenge prompt, graphic, memoir, novel, comic, manga. So I got two things, and I read one so far. Number one, because this was really short and I'm behind on my reading number for the year. So this is more reading involved. I feel like this is also going to be a little bit harder to digest. Just requires a little bit more time to read. So looking forward to reading that. Then I've heard about Shirley Jackson's, is it grandson? Adapting The Lottery for graphic representation. So also got this one. So his graphic representations of the author, the original author, and the illustrator here. So if you haven't read Shirley Jackson's story, it's a short story called The Lottery. This says it raises troubling questions about conformity, tradition, and the ritualized violence that may haunt even the most bucolic, peaceful village. So I really enjoyed The Lottery story. Read it in English class in college, and 20 years later, still thinking about it. So this is a graphic representation. I think it's going to be intense. So I have options. I'm saying I have options. I've already read a book, so I've met the challenge, but I still want to read those other things. And then these other books are for my daughter. So she should be here to show you these herself, but maybe next time. So we got these just for completion. We got these to read together, me and my kiddo. The Monster Mac and Cheese Party. And I've been holding on to them, so I think she kind of forgot. We got some other books from the library as well, so we haven't read this yet, even though we got these from the library a couple of days ago. And did I mention I got this as well, The Farming of the Bones by Edwidge Danticat. This is a Run Right Reads book club selection for July. We're reading Edwidge Danticat, who is a very well acclaimed author from Haiti. I think she lives in the United States now. But this is Edwidge Danticat right there. Yeah, so this is the book for the Run Right Reads book club in July. And so yeah, these are books that have come my way recently. Would love to hear from you, what you have taken home from the library recently, or what you've bought or been gifted recently. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon, and until we come back with another video, happy reading. Bye. Thumbnail.